Okay, so this video is in response to Eric asking me how BMT was in the Air Force. So, as a person in his 30s, um, for me, like when I turned, so I went in at 34, but I first thought that I wanted to join when I was 31. So there was a 3 year gap between there, and the reason I didn't act sooner was because I was actually living in another country, and one of the reasons I moved back to the U.S. Was actually to join the Air Force. So how was it? I like to tell people that it's the best time I never want to have again. Um, so the good and the bad about it. So I would start with some good stuff. Um, I had no problems with PT at all. I was running and doing strength training a year before I shipped out. So I was like over prepared. I blew away most of the kids at PT, so that was really good. Um, the first 2 weeks, though, it doesn't matter at what stage you are at life in life. It doesn't matter if you've been through basic training or boot camp before. The stress will shock you. Like there's it's really hard to become immune to it. Um, Definitely for the first 2 weeks was extremely tough. Um, like I used to think it was so cool to see people wearing uniforms and stuff like that. When I first put on my uniform, uh, I didn't feel so cool. It was just weird, you know. Um, Going there, uh, I was in like a dormitory where you could see where graduations were happening, and you know, every time I see it, every time I walk by, I'm like, man, that's gonna be me in 2 weeks, and I don't know, it kind of made me want to cry, um, but I didn't really like let myself cry the whole time. Just thought, hey, just gonna have to suck it up and go through with it. Um, Also, I ate very well. It was very good. The food is relatively very fresh, so that was good. Um, I was an academic leader, meaning uh, I was in charge of preparing people for the end of course test, the EOC, which I think I did a really good job on. I made 100 question mock test for my flight to take. I also donated it to Sister Flight. They also took it. So as a result, uh, both flights had 100% pass rate. I think Sister Flight was like number two in academics. Um, I think in the whole week of graduation. What else? Oh yeah, that's right. And also being older, like you said, it mitigates a lot of the teenage drama that you experience. Um, for the most part, I never ever got involved in like um, how do you say, like quarrels or like things like that with the younger trainees. Um, but something that I learned about leadership through that is that you don't really lead by telling people stuff how to do stuff. It's more like you just do what you do. You just do yourself and lead by example. So, and you don't expect results. So as an older person, I would have habits like waking up 20, 30 minutes earlier to get dressed and to get everything ready, make my bed, shave, brush my teeth, everything. And then people really started catching on um, during like the middle weeks. They're like, hey, this takes a lot of slack off of us. Uh, so we better start doing that. So we started doing that. We started doing that as a team, and we started, making others beds and getting ready before Reveille even sounds. So I think that was a really good experience for me in seeing leading by example actually work. It didn't work for everybody. Some people still slept past Reveille. and they just never learned, and you can't force them to learn. You can't tell them anything. You just do what you do, and some people will follow you. And I guess the bad things, um, aside from it being super stressful, if you're there during the warmer months of June through, I guess, even September or October, maybe. I don't know how hot it is, but during the hot months, it is hot as ass. You're going to suffer a lot during Beast Week, especially if you're wearing the Seaburn gear. You have the gas mask and all that stuff. You're gonna get heat rashes, man. It's ass. It's horrible. Um, let's see what else. The bad stuff. I don't know. It was like it felt like it was going on forever. It's just 8 weeks, 2 months, but I kind of like at the like a lot of people break down at week two. Because week two, up until week two, there's just a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling and stuff, and you just feel like this is gonna go on forever. But it actually kind of dies down after week two. It tones down a bit, um, but right before it tones down, you start feeling like it's gonna go on forever. But the truth is, it doesn't. Um, a lot of people at the DFAC tell me like it gets better, but some people tell me like, well, it doesn't really get better, you get better. um I don't know which one it is. I think it's a mix of both. But indeed, it did. Yeah, I guess you can say it got a bit better, but still I would rather be somewhere else than there. So when it finally came to graduation time, when my family tapped me out, man, I burst into tears, man. I burst into tears really hard. I let it out for like 10 seconds, and then I was like, oh, like it was just that bit of emotion that was stuck in me since the beginning. Like I let it out and it was gone. I cried for 10 seconds, and after that, I felt like I let it out, um, and it was a really, it was a real moment of relief for me. And just a little bit about tech school. So I'm in the intelligence field. So I went to tech school in Goodfellow Air Base. That's out in West Texas in San Angelo. Um, it was a long ass tech school. Um, it was long. That's all I have to say. But it was fun. Um, so backtracking a little bit, I forgot to say that I got out of BMT with as an honor grad, meaning I kicked everybody's asses at PT and on the EOC, and I never got a demerit for like bad conduct or anything. So good for me. When I was in tech school, I was a black rope, so I did a lot of drill stuff. I did open ranks. I marched people and stuff. It was awesome. Um, and if you have a long tech school, it'll really help to be over 21, so you can get drunk off your ass on weekends. And really, you make friends that you feel like you have a bond with, like a really close bond with, during this time, and you would it is something that's so precious to me. I would not give up anything for it, and it was just really amazing. So before it gets too long, that was how my BMT was, and a little bit of how my tech school was. Um, so thanks for asking, Eric, and hopefully I can make some more videos in the future.